Welcome to Book Reading Challenge. The book we are reading right now is The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, written by Robin Sharma. And we came here, the part 2 of the chapter 8. And if you are not yet seen the part 1, I recommend you to go part 1 and come back here. In the chapter 8, we are here. Julian told me that the sages of Shivana had created a 5-step method to reach their objectives and fulfill the purposes of their lives. It was simple, practical, and it worked. What are the 5 steps? Let us see in depth. The first step was to form a clear mental picture or image of the outcome. So create a mental picture of the outcome. Second, it was to be lose weight. Suppose you want to lose weight. Julian told me that every morning, just after I woke up, I was to envision myself as a lean, fit person, full of vitality and boundless energy. The clearer this mental picture, the more effective the process would be. He said that the mind was the ultimate treasure house of power, and this simple act of picturing my goal would open the gateway of to the actualization of this desire. So step 1 is create a mental picture of your outcome, end outcome. Second step. Step 2 was to get some positive pressure on yourself. Get some positive pressure on yourself. The main reason people do not follow through on any resolutions that they set for they make is to it is easy to slip back into their older days. Pressure is not always a bad thing. Pressure can inspire you to achieve great ends. People generally achieve magnificent things when their backs are up against the wall and they are forced on to tap into their wellspring of human potential that lies within them. How can I create the positive pressure on myself? This might be the question. How can I create positive pressure on myself? I asked. Now thinking about the possibilities of applying this method to the everything from getting up earlier to being a more patient and loving father. There are a whole host of ways to do this. One of the best way is to pledge. Public pledge. Tell everyone you know that you will lose the excess weight or write that novel or whatever your goal might be. Once you make your goal known to the world, there will be instantly be pressure on you towards its fulfillment since no one likes to look like a failure. In Shivana, my teachers used more dramatic means to create this positive pressure I speak of. They would declare to one another that if they did not follow through on their commitments, such as fasting for a week or getting up daily at 4 a.m. to meditate, they would go down to the icy waterfall and stand under it until their arms and legs went numb. This is an extreme illustration of the power that pressure can exert on the building of good habits and the attainment of goals. The extreme might be an understatement. Julian, what a bizarre ritual. Extremely effective though. The point is simply that when you train your mind to associate pleasure with good habits and punishment with the bad ones, your weaknesses will quickly fall by the wayside. You said there were 5 steps to follow to make this desires to come true. I said impatiently. What are the remaining 3? You said first one has clear mental picture, second one has positive pressure. What are the remaining 3? Yes, John. Step 1 is to have a clear vision of your outcomes. Step 2 is to create a positive pressure and keep you inspired. The third step is a simple step. Never set a goal without attaching a timeline to it. Never set a goal without attaching a timeline to it. To breathe life into a goal, you must attach a precise deadline to it. It's just like when you are preparing cases for court, you always focus your attention on the ones that judge has scheduled to be heard tomorrow, rather than the ones without any court date. Oh, and by the way, remember that a goal that is not committed to paper is not no goal at all. If the goal is not written on paper, that is no goal at all. Go out and buy a journal. Yes, cheap coil notepad will do. Call this your dream book and fill it with all your desires, objectives, dreams. Go get to know yourself and what you are all about. Don't I already know about myself? Most people don't. They have never taken the time to know their strengths, weakness, hopes, dreams. The chain is defined images in these terms. There are three mirrors that form a perfect person's reflection. The first is how you see yourself. The second is how others see you. And the third mirror reflects the truth. Know yourself, John. Know the truth. Divide your dream book. Divide your dream book into separate sections for goals relating to the different areas of life. For example, you might have sections for your physical fitness goals, your financial goals, your personal empowerment goals, your relationship and social goals, and perhaps most importantly, your spiritual goals. Hey, that sounds like fun. I have never thought that about doing something as creative as that for myself. I really should start challenging myself more. I agree. Another particularly effective technique I learned is to fill your dream book with pictures of the things that you desire and the images of the people who have cultivated the abilities and talents and qualities that you hope to emulate and evolve. Getting back to you and your spare tire, if you want to lose weight and be an outstanding physical shape, paste a picture of a marathon runner or an elite athlete in your dream book. If you want to be the world's finest husband, why not clip out a picture of someone who represents this, perhaps your father, and put it in your journal in the relationship section. If you are dreaming of a mansion, a house by the sea, or a sports car, find an inspiring picture of these objects and use them for your book of dreams. Then review this book daily, even for a minute. Make it your friend. The results will startle you. This is pretty revolutionary stuff. Revolutionary stuff. Julian, I mean, though these ideas have been around for centuries, everybody I know today could improve the quality of their daily lives by applying even a few of them. My wife would love to have a dream book. She had probably filled it with pictures of me without my notorious belly. It's really not that big, Julian suggested me in a consoling tone. Then why does Jenny call me Mr. Donut? I said, breaking into a broad smile. Julian started to laugh. I had to follow. Soon, the two of us were howling on the floor. I guess if you can't laugh at yourself, who can you laugh at? I said, still giggling. Very true, my friend. When I was chained to my former lifestyle, one of my main problems was that I took life too seriously. Now I am much more playful and childlike. I enjoy all the life's gifts, no matter how small they are. But I have digressed. I have so much to tell you, and it is all flowing out of me at once. Back to five-step method to attain your aims and realize your goals. Once you have formed a clear mental picture of yourself or your outcome, second, create a little pressure behind it. Third, set a deadline and committed it to paper. And the fourth step here is to apply what Yogi Raman called the magic rule of 21. The learned man and woman of his world believed that for new behavior to crystallize into a habit, one had to perform the new activity for 21 days in a row. What's so special about 21 days? The sages were absolute masters of creating new or more rewarding habits that governed the conduct of their lives. Yogi Raman once told me that a bad habit once acquired could never be erased. But all evening, you have been inspiring me to change the way I live my life. How can I possibly do this if I can never erase any of my bad habits? I said that bad habits can never be erased. I did not say that negative habits could not be replaced. Julian noted with precision. Oh, Julian, you always were the king of semantics. But I think I see your point. The only way to permanently install a new habit is to direct so much energy toward it that the old one slips away like an unwelcome home house guest. The installation is generally complete in about 21 days. The time it takes to create a new neural pathway. Say I wanted to start practicing the heart of the rose technique to erase the to worry habit and live at a more peaceful pace. Do I have to do it at the same time every day? Good question. The first thing I will tell you is that you never have to do anything. Everything I am sharing with you tonight, I am offering as a friend who is genuinely interested in your growth and your development. Every strategy, every tool, every technique has been tested over time for effectiveness and measurable results. This is, I assure you. And though my heart tells me that I should implore you to try all the methods of sages, my conscience tells me to simply follow my duty and share the wisdom with you, leaving its implementation up to you. My point is this: never do anything because you have to do. The only reason to do something is because you want to, and because you know it is the right thing for you to do. Sounds reasonable. Julian, don't worry. I haven't felt for even a moment that you are forcing any of this information down my throat. Anyway, the only thing that could ever be forced down my throat these days would be a box of donuts. And that wouldn't take much. I quit. Julian smiled gingerly. Thanks, Paul. Now to answer your question, my suggestion is that you try the heart of rose method at the same time every day and in the same place every day. Same time, same place every day for 21 days. There is a tremendous power in a ritual. Sports stars who eat the same meal or tie their shoes the same way before the big game are tapping into the power of ritual. Members of a church who perform the same rites, wear the same robes, are using the power of ritual. Even business people who walk the same route or talk the same talk before a big presentation are applying the power of ritual. You see, when you insert any activity into your routine by doing it the same way at the same time every day, it will quickly grows into a habit. For example, most people will do the same thing upon waking up without giving any thought to what they are doing. They open their eyes, get out of bed, walk into the bathroom, and start brushing their teeth. So, staying with your goal for a period of 21 days and performing the new activity at the same time for each of these days will insert into your routine. Soon you will be performing the new habit, whether it is meditation, getting up earlier, or reading for an hour every day within the same ease that you feel while brushing the teeth. The final step for attaining goals, the fifth step, is advancing along the path of purpose is that equally applicable as you advance along the path of your life. My cup is still empty, I said respectfully. Fifth step is enjoy the process. The sages of Shivana often spoke of this philosophy. They truly believed that a day without laughter or a day without love was a day without life. A day without laughter or a day without love was a day without life. I am not sure I follow you. All I am saying is make sure that you have fun while you are advancing along the path of your goals and purpose. Never forget the importance of living with unbridled exhilaration. Never neglect to see the exquisite beauty in all living things. Today and this very moment that you and I are sharing, this is a gift. Remain spirited, joyful, and curious. Stay focused on your life work and giving selfless service to others. The universe will take care of everything else. This is one of the nature's truest laws. And never regret what has happened in the past. Exactly. There is no chaos in this universe. There is a purpose for everything that has ever happened to you and everything that will happen to you. Remember that what I told you. John, every experience offers lessons. So stop measuring in minor things. Enjoy your life. Is that it? I still have much more wisdom to share with you. Are you tired? Not in the least. Actually, I feel pretty pumped up. You are quite the motivator, Julian. Have you ever thought about an infomercial? I asked mischievously. I don't understand, he replied gently. Never mind, just one of my feeble attempts at humor. Okay, before we move along with Yogi Raman's fable, there is one last point about reaching your goals and your dreams that I would like to impress on you. Go for it. There is one word that sages spoke of in almost reverential terms. Do tell. This simple word seemed to carry a depth of meaning for them, and it peppered their daily talk. The word I'm speaking of is passion. And it is a word you must constantly keep at the forefront of your mind as you follow your mission and attain your goals. A burning sense of passion is that most potent fuel for your dreams. Here in our society, we have lost our passion. We do not do things because we love to do them. We do things because we feel we have to do them. This is a formula for misery, and I am not speaking of romantic passion, although this is another ingredient for a successful, inspired existence. What I am talking about is a passion for life. Reclaim the joy of waking up every morning full of energy and exhilaration. Breathe the fire of passion into all that you do. You will quickly reap great material as well as spiritual rewards. You make it sound easy. It is from tonight onwards, take complete control of your life. Decide once and for all to be the master of your life or your fate. Run your own race. Discover your calling, and you will start to experience the ecstasy of an inspired life. Finally, always remember that what lies behind you and what lies in front of you is nothing when compared to what lies within you. Thanks, Julian. I really needed to hear this. I never realized that all that was lacking in my life until tonight. I have been wandering aimlessly through it, lacking a real purpose. Things are going to change. I promise you, I am grateful for this. You are welcome, my friend. I am simply fulfilling my purpose. Here is a chapter 8 summary, Julian's wisdom in a nutshell. The symbol here is the windmill. The virtue, that second virtue shared by Julian Mantle, is follow your purpose. The wisdom here is the purpose of life is a life of purpose. Discovering and then realizing your life work brings lasting fulfillment. Set clearly defined personal, professional, and spiritual goals. Personal, professional, and spiritual goals, then have courage to act on them. The techniques are the power of self-examination and the 5-step method for attaining goals. What are the 5 steps? Let us revise it again. Have a clear mental picture of your outcome. Outcome is the first step. Second step is create a positive pressure. And third step is to write it on paper. Set a goal and write it on paper. Fourth step is do it every day at same time for 21 days. Fifth step is enjoy the process. These are the 5 steps to attain any goal. And the quotable quote by the Robin Sharma here is, never forget the importance of living with unbridled exhilaration. Never neglect to see the exquisite beauty in all living things. Today and this very moment is a gift. Stay focused on your purpose and the universe will take care of everything else. Remember your passion and do it the same task every day for 21 days and see the magnificent results. You can't change the bad habits. You can't cut down the bad habits, but you can replace that with the new habits. Thank you so much. See you in the chapter 9 again. Until then, stay connected, keep progressing.